Good morning, student. Today I am going to teach you the first chapter of geography, that is resources and development. Can you able to tell me that what is the resource, students? Actually, everything that satisfies the human need, that is called a resource. Okay, everything available, that means living or dead, anything in our environment that human value means if human being gives that thing importance, then and is capable of satisfying their needs, that is called a resource. That means anything living or dead, if human being gives it its importance, okay, and anything that satisfies the need, that is called resource. Example of this example of resources, that is water, forest, land, wind, animals. These are the examples of resource. And students, let us see that interdependent relationship between nature, technology, and institutions. You also agree with me that students, human being interact with nature, all right, with the help of the technology, create institutions, okay, for the development of economy. You have to accelerate the economic development. Okay, students, that I told you that human beings interact with nature with the help of the technologies to create institutions to accelerate economic development. Okay, now let us see the classification of resources. Okay, actually there are varieties of resources. On the basis of the origin, we used to divide it in two parts. One is biotic and another is abiotic. Okay, what is biotic resource? Biotic means anything that is living, that is called biotic, and abiotic means anything that is non-living. Let us see here. These are obtained from biosphere, okay, and have life such as human beings, flora and fauna, fisheries, livestock, etc. Okay, so this is biotic. All these things are living. Okay, abiotic resources means all these things which are composed of non-living things and are called abiotic resources. For example, rocks and metals, they are non-living. Okay, students, now let us see on the basis of exhaustibility. Okay, exhaustibility means you also believe this ki in this universe, okay, everything is not permanent, okay, and some are renewable and some are non-renewable. Okay, renewable means that which can be renewed, and non-renewable means that is not renewed. Okay, we used to divide the renewable into two parts: continuous and biological. Continuous means wind and water, okay, that is that can be renewed. Water can be renewed through water cycle, all right. And biological here means anything that is reproduced, that is called biological. After that, we used to divide the biological in two parts: natural vegetation as well as the wildlife. Okay, forest can be reproduced as well as the wildlife also can be reproduced. And non-renewable means which cannot be renewed. For example, metals are there, okay, many minerals are there, fossil fuels are there, that cannot be renewed. Recyclable, non-renewable are divided into two parts: recyclable and non-recyclable. Recyclable, you will see that metals can be recyclable, and non-recyclable, you will see that fossil fuels are non-recyclable. Okay, now let us see the definition of the renewable resources here. The resources which can be renewed or reproduced by physical, chemical or mechanical processes are known as renewable or replenishable resources. Example: solar energy and energy, forests, solar energy, wind energy, forests, etc. These can be renewed. Non-renewable means which cannot be renewed. This occurs over a long geological time. All right, it used to take 1,000 years to renew. तो एवरेज लाइफ स्पान ह्यूमन बीइंग की कितनी होती है? कम से कम 75-80 हार्डली. तो 1,000 years के बाद it is renewed. The many fossil fuels are there that can be renewed after 1,000 years. So for that reason that comes under the category of non-renewable only. All right. So minerals and fossil fuels are examples of such resources. These resources take millions of years in their formation. Okay. Some of the resources like metals are recyclable, and some like fossil fuels cannot be recycled and get exhausted with their use. Okay, that means metals are recyclable and fossil fuels they are non-recyclable. Okay students, now students, let us see that on the basis of ownership how we can able to classify the resources. All right, on the basis of ownership we used to classify it in individual resources, community owned resources, national resources, as well as the international resources. So students, from the name itself you can able to know that individual resources means resources which belong to any individual, that is the individual resources. Community owned resources means that belongs to the community, that is community owned resources. National resource means that is belong to the nation, that is the national resources. And international resources, that means that belong to the international community. Okay, let us see the definition here. Individual resources means these are owned privately by individuals. Okay, farmers own land, house of the people, property or plot of any people, etc. That comes under the category of individual resources. All right, and community owned resources means these are resources which are accessible to all the members of the community. जैसे कि village commons में क्या आएगा? Grazing ground where animal used to graze. Burial ground, किसी अकेले का कोई नहीं है burial ground. Okay, the community use the burial ground. After that, village, pond, etc. Okay, then public parks, picnic spots, playgrounds in urban areas that belong to the community only. किसी एक का नहीं है वो. तो for that reason it comes under the community owned resources. Now just see national resources. Okay, everything belongs to the nation that comes under the political boundary of a nation. That is called the national resources. Technically, just see here, technically all the resources belong to the nation. Okay, the country has legal powers to acquire even private property for पब्लिक गुड. सपोज गवर्नमेंट को रेलवे लाइन बिछाना है या रोड बनाना है, तो फॉर दैट रीज़न गवर्नमेंट हैज़ द पावर दैट गवर्नमेंट कैन एक्वायर द प्राइवेट प्रॉपर्टी ऑफ एन इंडिविजुअल. ऑल राइट, बिकॉज फॉर द डेवलपमेंट ऑफ द पब्लिक गवर्नमेंट कैन यूज़ इट. और जो कोई रिसोर्स होता है मतलब इंडिविजुअल की, प्राइवेट कुछ भी हो, that comes under the national community national resources only. All right, example, all the mineral water resources, forest, wildlife, land within the political boundaries and oceanic area up to 12 nautical miles from the coast termed as territorial water and resources there in belong to the nation. That means कोस्ट से लेकर समुंदर के 12 नॉटिकल माइल तक. ओके, दैट एरिया कम्स अंडर द नेशनल रिसोर्स. ऑल राइट, कम्स अंडर द नेशनल रिसोर्स. नॉटिकल माइल इट इज़ द यूनिट. नॉटिकल माइल इट इज़ द यूनिट टू मेजर द ओशनिक डिस्टेंसेज. ऑल राइट, 12 नॉटिकल माइल्स मीन्स इट इज़ 22.2 किलोमीटर. तो कोस्ट से लेकर ऑल राइट समुंदर तक 22.2 किलोमीटर तक इट बिलोंग्स टू द नेशनल रिसोर्स. ऑल राइट, एंड कोस्ट से लेकर आफ्टर दैट 200 किलोमीटर तक इट यूज टू कॉल इट एज ए exclusive economic zone. All right, and beyond that, beyond the 200 kilometer, that comes under the international resources. All right, and who used to take the responsibility of this? International community used to take the responsibility of it. All right, if anyone wants to do something, then they have to take the permission from the international community. Okay, students, let us see here what is called international resources. These are international institutions which regulate some resources. The oceanic resources beyond 200 nautical miles of the exclusive economic zone belong to the open ocean, and no individual country can utilize these without the concurrence of international institutions. That means international resources means beyond the 200 nautical miles. Okay, that means beyond the exclusive economic zone. That is called international resources. Students, please go through this topic, and if you have any problem, all right, please clear your doubt. Okay, thank you, students.